A famous actress, a trendy anti-aging treatment, and a sudden collapse that has ignited a firestorm of questions about a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is the story of Shefali Jariwala, an icon known across a nation who shot to fame in the early 2000s with the unforgettable music video Kanta Laga. At 42 years old, Shefali was, by all accounts, healthy and vibrant. But on the night of June 27th, 2025, she collapsed at her home and was declared dead on arrival at a Mumbai hospital. What followed has been a whirlwind of speculation, with investigators and sources pointing to a chilling theory that her death might be linked to a cocktail of anti-aging medicines taken on an empty stomach. To understand what might have gone so terribly wrong, we have to look at the timeline of Shefali's last day. On June 27th, a religious ceremony was being held at her home, for which she was fasting. Despite having an empty stomach, a detail that may be tragically significant, she reportedly went ahead with her routine. That afternoon, sources say she took an anti-aging shot, the treatment she had allegedly been receiving for years. Later that night, between 10 and 11 p.m., her health suddenly deteriorated. According to reports, she began shivering and then lost consciousness. Her family rushed her to the hospital, but it was too late. While the official cause of death is still pending the final post-mortem and forensic reports, one theory investigators are reportedly exploring is a devastating sequence of events. A sudden, drastic drop in blood pressure, followed by a cardiac arrest. Police investigating the accidental death report visited her home and collected samples of her medications. They found a variety of pills and vials, including anti-aging drugs, multivitamins, and notably, glutathione and vitamin C injections. Sources close to the investigation have stated that the combination of fasting and medication is a major focus. The theory being investigated is that taking these potent substances without food may have caused her blood pressure to plummet, triggering a fatal cardiac event. It's a case that highlights a disturbing possibility that some of these anti-aging protocols, followed so devoutly, could have catastrophic potential when just one variable, like a day of fasting, is changed. Shefali Jariwala's case has thrown a spotlight on the so-called miracle treatments at the heart of the celebrity anti-aging craze. So what exactly was in those injections? While her full regimen isn't public, evidence collected from her home and statements from sources point towards two key substances that are incredibly popular in wellness clinics worldwide: glutathione and vitamin C. Glutathione is often called the mother of all antioxidants. It's a substance our bodies produce naturally, and it plays a huge role in fighting off damage, repairing tissue, and boosting the immune system. The wellness industry seized on this, marketing high-dose intravenous or IV infusions of glutathione as a way to turn back the clock, detoxify the body, and most famously, lighten the skin. It's often paired with high-dose vitamin C to boost its effects. On the surface, it sounds like the perfect biohack. Clinics and spas offer these IV drips, promising a glow and a detox in a single session. But here's the ugly truth that gets lost in the marketing. The use of these substances for cosmetic purposes is a medical Wild West. Groups like the US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, and India's Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, CDSCO, have not approved injectable glutathione for skin lightening or anti-aging. In fact, the FDA explicitly warns the public about the dangers of using it for this. This means that every clinic offering glutathione IV drips for beauty is using it off-label. They are operating in a gray area, often without standardized dosing or long-term safety data to back up their claims. The entire industry is built on repurposing a drug, promising results that haven't been scientifically proven, and downplaying risks that are all too real. The entire celebrity wellness and anti-aging industry thrives in a space with shockingly little oversight. It's an ecosystem where social media trends often carry more weight than science. Think about it. We are rightly skeptical of taking a prescription drug without a doctor's okay. Yet people are willing to have substances injected directly into their veins at spas and clinics, sometimes by people with little medical training. This free-for-all creates a cascade of dangers. First, the products themselves can be sketchy. Unregulated providers might get their supplies from unverified sources, leading to fake or contaminated products. When these substances are injected, the risk is magnified. Second, the administration is often unsafe. A qualified doctor understands sterile procedures and how to respond to an emergency. But in a non-clinical setting like a spa, or worse, a hotel room, the risk of infection from dirty equipment is huge, potentially spreading diseases like HIV or hepatitis. Incorrect injection techniques can lead to nerve damage or scarring. And what happens when something goes wrong? A licensed medical professional knows how to handle an adverse reaction. An unlicensed provider in a spa does not. This is what makes the industry so risky. It combines powerful, unapproved substances with unqualified practitioners in places that aren't equipped for emergencies. Why would a successful, beautiful woman feel the need to engage in such a risky regimen for years? To answer that, you have to look at the immense psychological pressure created by modern celebrity and social media culture. The entertainment industry, especially, places an extreme premium on youth. Every wrinkle is scrutinized under the glare of high-definition cameras and a non-stop news cycle. We're all curating our public image now, comparing our real lives to the filtered perfection we see on our screens. This can create a deep sense of inadequacy. Celebrities and influencers, whether they mean to or not, drive these trends. They pose with IV drips, talking up their latest wellness hack, and their followers, who trust them, are influenced to try it themselves. Shefali herself had been open about being pro-Botox and anti-aging, once saying that people who can't afford it think it's wrong. This shows just how normalized these procedures were in her world. It wasn't seen as an extreme medical intervention, but as routine maintenance, like getting a haircut. This casual acceptance is perhaps the most insidious danger. It masks the real medical risks of injecting unapproved drugs into your body. It creates a culture where people are more afraid of aging than of potential liver damage, more worried about wrinkles than kidney failure. Shefali Jariwala's death is a tragedy that serves as a profound and public warning. It's a story about the potential consequences when the quest for youth collides with an unregulated, profit-driven industry. Her case brings together all the threads of this dangerous world: the reported use of unapproved drugs like glutathione, the immense risk of self-medication without current medical supervision, and the fatal potential of a simple change in routine, like fasting. When combined with powerful substances, experts are unanimous in their advice. Any cosmetic treatment should only be done under the supervision of a qualified medical professional. Avoid buying injectable products online, and be deeply suspicious of any spa offering these services without a doctor on site.